I went from a flat, broke drug addict living in my grandma's spare bedroom in the trailer park to making over $10 million of sales per year. This is exactly what I would do if I had to start my business again and build it to $1 million in 12 months. Step number 1, commit to mastering my content strategy. Instagram is free. F-R-E-E. If you don't post on social media in today's day and age, you simply do not exist. If we wanted to generate business opportunities back in the 1950s, I'd have to knock on 1,000 doors. Right now, you can make one post on Instagram, one video that gets 1,000 views, which gets seen by 1,000 people. You underestimate the importance of posting on social media and the value that it can provide for your life. Social media will help you attract clients. Social media will give you new business opportunities. Social media will create networking and relationships with you, and you need to commit to mastering your content strategy. But it's not just about you creating content, it's about understanding what your audience wants. And so what I would do is I would figure out what I'm really good at, and then I'd figure out what the market needs with my skill set, and then I would deliver valuable content around that thing. As an example, I'm really good at building businesses through social media. Now, I know that the market has no idea how to post on social media, how to write scripts, how to do hooks, how to do content. So I wanna do content that teaches people exactly how to do what I'm an expert at. I also want to document my life and share some of the life lessons that I'm learning along the way. Now, you're gonna suck at first, and that's okay. I'm gonna teach you how to not suck so bad. So you're gonna go to Instagram and you're gonna type in content coach. Just as an example, it's gonna load all these reels right here. Then you're just gonna click on the Reels tab. You're gonna scroll over, click on the Reels tab. And then you can just scroll through. Oh, look at that, that's me. You can just scroll through and look at all of the different videos that are currently going viral, and you can steal concepts and ideas from this. This would be 50% of my content strategy. The other 50% of my content strategy would be talking to the camera so that my audience could develop a relationship with me. Also, brands that talk to the camera instantly separate themselves from everybody else because most people are hiding behind dumbass 4 to 6 second reel trends. Step number 2, send 20 to 40 outbound DMs per day to people that are interacting with my content. Here's the thing with social media. Not everybody's just gonna reach out to you and ask you about your coaching program. In fact, a lot of people are just watching your content and just engaging with it, and they might be interested in your offer, but they're not interested enough to send a message. But by you reaching out to them and engaging with them with a simple message that says, hey Nick, thanks so much for the follow, brother. I appreciate you. How's your day going? Just like that, you can start a conversation that can lead to a booked phone call, which can lead to a client. Listen, on social media, you put up a billboard, and then you see a bunch of people looking at the billboard, and then you, as the owner of the billboard, need to go up and shake everyone's hands. We need to be building relationships. The more hands that you shake, the more money that you make. But here's the thing, it's not just about sending cold DMs, it's about sending DMs to people that are interacting with your content. When you do this effectively, now you're not gonna be knocking on 1,000 doors, but you're only gonna be having conversations with people that are actually interested in your offer. In order to find people to send DMs, you wanna look through your friends list, your follower list, your Instagram story watchers, your likes on your photos, your comments on your photos, and people that are sharing your videos. Thank them for engaging with your content and ask them what they're enjoying about it. Step number 3, study the sales goats and take notes. Andy Elliott, Jeremy Lee Minor, the Macklin twins. You wanna find the people that are the best in sales and you wanna study them. Why? Because sales is the only skill that as soon as you learn how to sell, you instantly make more money. A lot of online coaches struggle to be successful because they'll get opportunities to sell, but you're closing 1 in every 5 calls. Your entire life will change if you start closing 3 in every 5 calls. Because now if you have 100 calls at a 20% conversion rate, you're signing 20 new clients. If you have 100 calls at a 60% conversion rate, you sign 60 new clients. That's the difference between a business that makes $5,000 a month and a business that makes $40,000 a month. You need to learn the skill of sales. Andy Elliott, Jeremy Lee Minor, Daniel G, the Macklin twins, go to their pages and consume their content. Absorb everything they have to say. Go to my Instagram and absorb my content. Write down my talking tracks. Understand that sales is the #1 skill that will instantly make you more money. Step number 4, I would create a phenomenal product that had a massive promise that I know I could deliver on. Now, most people struggle to sell because they're trying to sell their products. You're trying to sell the shoes if you have a shoe company, or you're trying to sell the energy drinks if you've got an energy drink company, or you're trying to sell the gym memberships if you have a gym. This isn't the right way to approach marketing. What we need to do is we need to create a product that has a big promise and we need to deliver on that promise. As an example, people don't buy Lamborghinis because they like cars. People buy Lamborghinis because they like status. And so what is the promise? What is the thing that your product actually gives them? So you're not selling a meal plan, a training plan, and accountability. What you are selling is, I will help you lose 20 pounds in the next 12 weeks guaranteed, so you feel the most confident you've ever felt. So on one hand, we're selling our product. On the other hand, we're selling a promise. Now to us, we can label it as a product because that's what it is for our business. But to the consumer, we're selling the promise. I will help you lose 20 pounds guaranteed in the next 90 days so you feel the most confident you've ever felt. That's something that people will buy. When you're just selling a product, you compete with everybody else because everybody else is selling nutrition. But when you sell a promise, you become one of one. When you deliver on your promise, your clients are gonna stick around, they're gonna pay you more money, and they're gonna refer your friends. Make a big promise on the front end and then make sure you're delivering on the back end. Make sure your product is so good that whatever you promised the prospect that you were gonna give them, you deliver on that promise. Step number 5, I would get my business to $10,000 a month and then I would make 3 hires. As your business grows, so does your workload. So the first thing you need to do when you're scaling your business is you need to optimize your time and make sure that you're only spending time on income generating activities. Just doing this will get you to $10,000 to $15,000 a month. You're gonna reach a point in your business where no matter how much you optimize your time, you can't get ahead because there's only 24 hours in a day. When you do reach this point, what you need to do is you need to hire people to help you buy back some of your time. Now, obviously, this is gonna be an investment because you're gonna be paying people out, whereas beforehand, you were just making all the money yourself. But what we need to do is we need to view it as like, if I can hire somebody for $20 an hour to do $20 an hour work, and let's say I'm paying them $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month for some part-time work, and that person ends up giving me back 20 hours a week, what could I do with that 20 hours? Could I generate more money? Could I generate more revenue? Especially knowing that I'm hiring people that are taking work off my plate. So now, yes, I might have to pay out $1,500 a month, but I have 20 hours a week back in my calendar. I can use that time to create content. I can use that time to generate sales opportunities. I can use that time to make sure I'm connecting with my clients on a deeper level. I can use that time to re-sign clients and upgrade clients. I can use that time to double down on my content strategy. Like, there's so many things that I could do with that extra time that will generate me more revenue. So as soon as I hit $10,000 a month, I would hire 3 people in order. The first would be somebody to help me manage my inbox. The second would be somebody to help me manage my clients. And the third would be somebody to help me manage my community. Step number 6, I would use boosted posts and direct to DM ads to consistently always have leads. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a big believer in creating organic content that's absolutely fire, but for some of us, we're not necessarily good at creating organic content all the time. So once your business is at $15,000 to $25,000 a month, it is highly recommended from me that you start boosting your traffic. You start boosting some reels that are already performing well to audiences that fit your demographic. You also create what I call direct to DM ads. An example of this, if you're a fitness coach, would be something like, I'm looking for 3 ladies that are looking to tone up and get in great shape before summer. If that's you and you'd like to get results like my clients here, send me a DM that says transform and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help. Now, if you put that as an ad, so 3 rules with that. Number 1, don't put before and afters. Number 2, don't say the word fat or weight loss, because those 3 things will get your ad account shut down. But if you did something like that and then you're getting messages consistently every single day from people that are interested in transforming, like, that's gonna lead to a fully booked calendar. Plus, you've got somebody to help you on the back end now, so when you sign on more clients, it doesn't take up more of your time. So now you can just focus on acquiring as many clients as you possibly can. Now we've got a business that's successful. Step number 7, I would start tracking all of my numbers. In business, you can't make emotional decisions, you need to make rational decisions. And the only way to make rational decisions is to know the data. If you don't know your data, you're gonna fall victim to overgeneralization. Now, my definition of overgeneralization is when one situation or 2 situations in a row comes and then you overgeneralize the process. Example, you get 2 no's in a row on sales calls. All of a sudden you start thinking to yourself like, man, everyone's saying no, nobody's buying, this is so hard. But if you look at your last 10 sales calls, you've actually closed 7 of them, and you just so happen to get the 2 in a row. You can't close everybody. So your overall closing percentage is actually 70%, but because you're overgeneralizing and you don't know your numbers, you're not able to make a rational decision about that. And you might actually change your sales process, which isn't broken because people aren't buying if you overgeneralize. But once you know your numbers, you can make decisions that only benefit the business. And you can also know what to focus on and what not to focus on. Because let's let's just say as an example, you're getting 100 applications a week, and out of those 100 applications, you're booking 5 phone calls. Out of those 5 phone calls, you're closing 4 of them for $3,000 in cash. When you know those numbers, we know what we need to fix. If we get 100 applications a week, but we're only booking 5 calls, why the fuck are we only booking 5 calls, right? Obviously, when we get a call, it's 4 to 5 we're closing, so we don't need to focus on this. We need to focus on getting more people that are applying to actually book a sales call, because if we can go 100 to 5 calls, if we can get 20 calls booked, now we're gonna get 16 sales. Now everything in the business is gonna increase. So once you know your numbers, you can identify the constraint. Let's just use another example. Let's pretend you get 100 applications and you book 27 calls. And out of those 27 calls, you close 2 people and you collect a total of $1,000. Well, the constraint isn't the applications. The constraint isn't the calls, the constraint is the closing percentage. And so you'd spend all of your energy focusing on improving your closing percentage, whether that be getting people to actually warm up before the call, making sure that you're paying attention to the pain points on the call, making sure that we're collecting cash on the call. But we can focus all of our energy on the constraint of the business. Once we get our closing percentage up, now we're gonna be collecting more cash and making more money, and now the business is running smoothly again and we're growing. So knowing your numbers will allow you to make decisions that will be the best for your business at the specific time that you need to. I would recommend tracking these metrics. Number 1, how many followers do you get per week? Number 2, how many applications do you get per week? Number 3, how many booked calls do you get per week? Number 4, how many people show up to those calls? Number 5, what's the total amount of new cash that we're collecting? Number 6, what's your total revenue for the month? Number 7, what are your expenses for the month? Number 8, what is your profit for the month, including the percentage? Number 9, what is your retention rate? Number 10, what is your churn rate? Step number 8, I would pay as much money as I possibly could to be in a community of like-minded individuals. I've invested over $500,000 in personal development. And we're talking about investing money that I literally did not have at certain points. The first mentor that I ever hired cost me $15,000. I had 12.5K in my bank and it was a 2-pay. So I paid him $7,500 up front, and then I had 30 days to make the second installment. If I didn't figure out how to make the extra $7,500 in that 30 days, I wouldn't have been able to afford the mentor. But I don't play that game. The game that I play is this guy is a skill that I wanna learn. I wanna learn the fucking skill from this guy, and I'm willing to pay to learn so I get there faster. Most people never do this, which is why most people never succeed. It's so easy to be successful in today's day and age, because if you have the commitment and the mindset to be willing to invest in yourself and get around people that are doing what you want to do, it's not just about the mentor that you're learning from, but it's also about the community that you become a part of. Because when you join a community of other people that are all hunting the same mission as you, it helps you get there faster. Not to mention, some of the conversations that you'll have with the people in the community as you're growing your business will be the things that catapult your business to the next level. It's not just about the mentor that you're learning from, it's also about the community. So I would pay as much money as I possibly could to be a part of a community of people that were doing the same thing that I wanted to do. Step number 9, I would host in-person meetups and I would offer VIP coaching at these meetups. With today's day and age, especially with all the AI advancing, the number one thing that you can do to build your business is getting people together in person. Because most people aren't doing it. And because most people aren't doing it, when you become one of the people that decides that you're gonna get your people together, automatically you separate yourself from the pack. And so what I would do if I wanted to make $1 million this year and I had to start from zero is I'd host at least 2 in-person meetups. I would sell tickets to the event. My goal isn't to make a lot of profit on the front end of the event. I might break even or profit like 30 to 50%. My goal is to make a profit on the back end of the event. So at the back end of the event, I would have offers. I would have offers for 6-month programs, 12-month programs. I would have offers for VIP one-on-one. Because listen, if you had to start from scratch and you had nothing, if you sell a client for a one-on-one coaching program for like, let's say $10,000 for 6 months, and you do a one-on-one with them every 2 weeks, and you do the same level of fitness coaching that you were doing, that's pretty easy for you to fulfill on, and it's an extra $10,000. And so I would have a VIP offer at that event where people could upgrade in order to work with me more one-on-one. Step number 10, I would rinse and repeat, and I would optimize until I hit $1 million. Success is a series of repeated actions day after day after day after day. Write this down. The boring work produces the breakthroughs. Once I had a pathway to success, once I had a formula for success, I would rinse and repeat that formula until it no longer worked. Once it no longer worked, I would add something new to the formula. I wouldn't change the whole system. And I would continue to do this until I made my first million. This means trying new things. This means taking risks. This means innovating. A lot of you are stuck right now because you're rinsing and repeating something that isn't actually fucking working, which is why you've been trying to grow your online coaching business for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years and nothing has taken off. If you want to be successful, you need to repeat successful actions. If you're taking action right now and it's not leading to anywhere, your actions are not successful. You have unsuccessful actions. So you're just repeating those over and over again. So what you want to do is you want to identify a pathway that you can take that's going to get you closer to your goals. And then every single day you walk that pathway and you never, ever, ever miss. And I promise you, if you take what I told you in this video and you implement it into your life, you're going to start making a lot more money and you might even make a big impact on the planet too. Now, I hope this helped. If it did, and you would like help from me and my team to help you start and scale an online fitness business, I'd like to offer you a free 30-minute strategy session. On this strategy session, we're gonna talk about your number one goal for your online coaching business, your biggest struggle with your online coaching business, and we're gonna give you a game plan to help you achieve your goals. So go ahead and tap the link below in the description of this video to book in for a call with me and my team so we can help you start and scale your online fitness business.